Hey everyone. So this is Mikala from The Morning Show with Brian and Mikala on WDEZ, and I just wanted to do a little introduction because I know a lot of you know me from The Morning Show and our shenanigans every day from 6 to 10, but this is my new podcast where I'm going to be sharing a lot of stories about the paranormal, manifestation, being a mother, life hacks, funny stories, just all sorts of things. And I really wanted to kind of introduce myself a little bit. So my name is Mikala Hall. That's my real name. I'm from Merrill, Wisconsin. I'm 27 and I have two kids. Adrian is 6 and Julian is about to be 5. And they are my life. I recently divorced. I'm a paranormal investigator. My team, Park City Paranormal, is based out of Merrill. We started our team in 2020 because, of course, that whole year we had all that time to sit and think about things. We didn't have much to do. We couldn't go out. Nothing was open. So I've always wanted to be a paranormal investigator my entire life. That was something that was kind of a dream of mine. And one day I just thought, why don't I make my own? Why don't I just go ahead and pursue something that I've always wanted to do? And so I started it, and an amazing group of girls showed up. It's funny because we're an all-female team, but it wasn't planned to be that way. Or at least it wasn't, required to only be female. That's just who showed up, who wanted to do it. So yeah, we're an all-female team. We've done a lot of different places, which I'll touch more on that on other podcasts when I go more in depth with that. But I'm also a psychic medium. I know a lot of people, they're not into that type of thing. They don't really believe, and that's totally fine. I know it's not everybody's cup of tea, but I'm always open to questions. But yeah, I'm trying to think of what else. I'm also bilingual. I've been speaking Spanish since I was 13. I guess I started learning it when I was little because my uncle had a girlfriend from Chile and she started teaching me words here and there. And I think that's what really piqued my interest in learning a different language because I thought it was so cool that people could just talk differently with different words that others couldn't understand. And then I realized that the whole world was like that, where there were different languages all over. And I just thought that was amazing. So, I decided to pursue Spanish once I was old enough to take the class in middle school, and I've been learning it ever since, and so I'm fluent in it. I actually went to college to be a Spanish interpreter. Didn't realize you didn't actually need a degree unless you were doing interpreting for the court or something like that. But so I ended up testing out of their Spanish program, but I ended up failing math. I aced, I should say. I aced public speaking. Imagine that. And now look at where I am. So that's kind of the only radio experience I have. I didn't go to college for radio. I didn't know much about it until I started in May. I started on WIFC, and now I moved to full-time to the morning show on WDEZ. So yeah, that's a little bit about me. I'm quite the tattoo enthusiast. So if you've ever met me in person or seen pictures of me, you'll notice that my entire left arm is covered from shoulder to fingertips with tattoos, mostly beach themed because I absolutely adore the beach. People are like, why are you in Wisconsin? I'm like, well, I was born here and then I had babies here and now I share custody. So I can't really move anywhere for now. But that's okay. I got time. Yeah, I mean, I'm very passionate about making people smile. So doing the morning show with Brian on WDEZ has been absolutely amazing. I love making people laugh. I love making people smile. I really love motivating and inspiring people to be their best selves because I went through a lot growing up and in past relationships. And I've kind of ultimately realized that you are in charge of your own happiness. So, I mean, you got to do what you got to do to get through, So I would love to be a motivational speaker at some point. Hasn't gotten that far yet. For now, I am just having the absolute time of my life, working for Midwest Communications, working on the radio, going out in the community and meeting our listeners and everybody in our community and seeing the amazing things that they do and, being brought together. It's just a beautiful thing. I love seeing and meeting all of the business owners that we have and seeing what's all out there and love learning how I can help make this community a better place. So that's probably my favorite part about the job. But go ahead, go follow me on Facebook, Instagram, like my page, The Manifest Mom, if you want to learn more about mediumship and my spirituality and things like that. I don't typically talk much about it on air just because I know that it's can be controversial and I don't want to make anybody upset. I don't want to force it on anybody. So this is kind of why I wanted to make a podcast and include it in my podcast so that if anybody was interested, they could listen and they had that choice. So that's what I will be doing on my podcast from now on. So I would love any suggestions on what you'd like to listen to, how I can help you. So just let me know. I would love to hear from you guys, meet you guys, and thanks for listening and learning a little bit more about Mikala.